Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, I want to go over a champion that is pretty much an exclusive champion, so I'm not expecting a lot of you guys to have it, but we can expect probably some future events to incorporate these champions more. But I want to show you guys this champion here, and the champion I'm talking about is actually Fina. So Fina, Blade of Arivia. High health. She's very exclusive. I think she only showed up in one Prism Summon Pool event so far, and that's where I got her. I got her on my alt account basically by accident, because what I mean by the Prism Pool is basically like there's occasional pools here by Plarium. They can basically put whatever champion they want in the pool, charge you whatever amount of fragments, etc., etc. So for example, if we're talking about like these Prism crystals here on this side of the screen, so I have 80 right now. So anyways, when I pulled Fina just actually went into my inbox, and I just found her. So I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. But basically the game auto pulls your crystals if you have enough for one pull at the end of the summon pool. So it auto pulled for me, and then I ended up getting Fina. So anyways, guys, that's the long story short about getting this champion. Yeah, obviously extremely lucky to get her. And of course, this is my real account. But it is on my alt account. So real resources went into this champion that I built. But anyways, we can go over a kit real quick here. She has a A1, attack one enemy, 50% chance, fully booked, up to 70% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random skill. So it's like a single target lockout skill. I believe Ancora has a move similar to this. When counterattacking with this skill, team up with a random ally. That's kind of cool. So she does, she brings some extra utility here for counterattacking. Books up to 70% chance for her A1. Her A2 places block debuffs, 1, block damage, and a counterattack on one ally for 2 turns. If the target of this skill is not this champion, reset the cooldown of all the target skills. 2 cooldown books, so down to 3 turns. That's actually kind of interesting. So unfortunately, like, you don't get an extra turn after placing this buff, so it would be nice if she places this buff and that champion gets a turn. Similar to how Suzanne can basically accelerate your nuker, buff them up, accelerate them so they get a turn. Fina does the buffing part, but not the accelerating part. So it's a little bit like you kind of buff them, you reset their cooldowns, now they're ready to do something, but then your opponent might have time to react. So it's not like an insane move, but it's still a good move. A little bit of an extra bonus for this move is this skill's cooldown cannot be decreased, so it cannot be locked. You can't lock it out or whatever. Like, it's kind of okay. Like, when you think about it, block debuffs, block damage. If she can get this move off, it's very strong. But if she can't, then doesn't matter anyways. Her A3, so her A3 here. 2 books, down to 3 turn cooldown, places increase attack, another buff, increase crit rate, another buff, and increase damage on all allies. So team-wide buffs on a 3 turn cooldown. And then now she has the faction bonuses. So she's one of the few faction champions where she gets bonuses based on how many champions of the same faction are on the team. So for this one, if you have one faction ally, it grants an extra turn. So if you do this move, it grants an extra turn. And I guess you do this. I'm not too sure. So a little bit clunky. If you have 2 allies, before placing the buffs, you do a cleanse, a team cleanse. Okay, that's really good. And then 3 allies, buffs placed by this skill cannot be removed. So they're protected. So I'm not too sure how to use this. So I guess you go A3 into this, or you go this. No, it has to be this into this. But then the target doesn't get a turn. It's a little bit interesting how to use this champion. It's going to be interesting. Her passive, whenever a buff is placed on this ally, fills their turn meter by 3%. Okay. Buff has to be placed on on an ally. Sorry, ally on an ally. Okay, sorry. So that's anybody on the team. So this is potentially for Hydra. This is potentially +5, 5, 15 buffs. 15 buffs, 45% turn meter. If I'm reading this correctly, on a Hydra team, for example, if I'm reading that correctly, 45% turn meter boost. That's pretty dang strong. And then she has a bonus here for faction unity. Allies deal 25% more damage when attacking out of their active turn. So basically like ally attacks and all that stuff. Whenever a buff is removed or stolen from an ally, when it expires, fills their turn meter by 10%. Okay, that's pretty good. Allies will ignore 5% of target's defense for each buff on them. Okay. I mean, she's basically like, you know, I'm the heavy artillery, right? She's just going to bring the whole team into the enemy or boss or whatever. I can already see her being used maybe in Hydra. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Maybe Hydra, you can make her work. Just because it is a 6-man team on Hydra, so this passive is going to go crazy. Team-wide buffs are good. This move, I'm not too sure how it's really going to work. Maybe you can put this on a high elf damage dealer. Of course, the best high elf damage dealer literally just came out, and it's going to be Oth Orion here. I don't have him yet, obviously. He has the AoE double max HP nuke, which is going to be massive, and you know, especially good with Fina. But as it is, there's actually not too many great damage dealers. I mean, you can go pop into like roll guard, couple roll guards for Hydra. I mean, that's about it. Like you're looking pretty slim here. You're looking pretty slim. You could go all roll guards. That's going to be your damage dealer for Hydra, which, you know, it's not too bad, but it's not ideal for like lower levels, right? Ally was increased ally speed in all battles by 20% aura. That's great. All battles aura. Increase ally crit rate in all battles by 15% only applies to high elves. That's kind of nice. I mean, you can definitely take advantage of this by building 85% crit champions, but you probably don't really want to do that. Speed in all battles is great. Great base speed. Base stats are about average, but incredible base speed going for her. Overall, is she a good champion? I'm not too sure. Honestly, her build's a little bit clunky. Like maybe if this was place all these buffs and then attack, like an ally attack, that would be kind of cool. At least you can kind of instantly get value from this. This one, if it grants an extra turn for the target, that would be kind of cool because it gives instant value on these buffs. But as it is, you kind of buff and do nothing. And her bonuses don't really give your team a chance to do anything else. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. I have a couple areas where I want to try her out, so I want to show you guys in this video. So let's jump into it. So let's go faction wars. Obviously, faction war is gonna be obviously the best place for her. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys my Fina first. Actually, I'll show you guys my Fina. So my Fina here, I actually got a 1-star blessing for her too. Yes, so here's my Fina. I got her in reflex gear. I just figured like reflex kind of makes the most sense. Maybe relentless would make sense too. So she gets extra turns, extra buffs, and all that stuff going on, all that juicy stuff going on for her. I got her reasonably fast. No accuracy needed on her kit other than her A1 decrease cooldown, but I'm not going to use her in arena, for example. Not much accuracy, good speed. Stats are kind of low. My reflex gear is not the best. Nothing's really leveled out. I didn't even put masteries on her yet. We'll see how she performs. But if I were to put masteries on her, her masteries would probably be similar to Arbiter, going down for all the turn meter stuff, and then maybe go down to Oppressor for more speed. But you could also argue that she might want some accuracy for A1, so I'm not 100% which masteries to go down. I might just go down all the way down to Eagle Eye for additional masteries. But it's probably going to be something like Lasting Gifts and probably, Timely Intervention. That's probably the T6 that you probably want to end up. So you probably go down to Lasting Gifts, and then you'll probably take this one. Whenever a buff expires, then you can get Turn Meter. Yeah, so that might work out pretty well for her. But I'm going to leave her with no masteries for now and see how it goes. We can put a blessing on her right now. We only have a 1-star, but That's kind of okay too. 1 star, let's go for... How about we go for the banner this time? Let's go for the banner. How about that? We get an extra 2.5% bonus on her ally speed. Sure, why not? I don't think it's the best. That's probably not the best. She's probably not a damage dealer or anything like that, but a little bit of a boost there. We could even take like temporal chains. Yeah, temporal chains might be okay to get more speed. Each active buff. That's on the enemy though, not on yourself. I would put Heaven Cast, but Heaven Cast is damage on her. So she's not going to be doing much damage herself. Let me see here. Yeah, I think for now I'm just going to go with the Intimidating Presence. It's a small gain. It's not going to be huge or anything. I think second might be Temporal Chains, just for a little bit of decreased speed, but I think we're going to go first. We're going to blow up the PvE content, and yeah, so a little bit of speed boost here for the aura. Fine. Master is going to leave it as is and then run her as is. So let's jump into the faction wars here. And I think we'll run one less Rogard. And we will run... Do we still want to run an increase attack? Yeah, let's run the increase attack. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So we're on 21, stage 21. Let's see in-game action here, okay? So we go turn meter boost. Okay, so now... What do we want to do? Increase attack, increase crit rate, increase crit damage. So basically, none of these really make a big difference because increase attack's already applied. Okay, you know what? Let's get rid of Arbiter, actually. Let's get rid of Arbiter. How about that? Arbiter brings turn meter boost, but let's get rid of Arbiter here. Let's bring in Yannica. Let's bring in Yannica for more damage. They do the same thing. Okay, let's try this. All right, we got some heavy hitters now. Okay, so now we're going to do the boost. Wow, protection. Very nice. Get an extra turn here. Places block debuffs, block damage, and counterattack on one ally. If that target of this skill is reset. Okay. What about this? We don't really want to use the A1 right now. I guess we can do this. Let's protect our main squeeze, Elhain here. No decreased defense, which kind of sucks. Whoa, Elhain. All right, let's go. That's looking pretty sweet. Can we lock him out? Yeah, we do. Rogard comes in with the extra slam, decreased defense, and double slam nuke. Oh, Elhain. I like it. I like it. Grants extra turn. Kill him. Yep. Boom. Yannica finally does something. All right. I guess we got some pretty good damage dealers on this squad. Sorry. Even regular Elhain does quite a bit of damage. All right, what's Yannica gonna do? Veil. Attacks all, ignores shields. Okay, let's try this one. Return. Boom. And buff again. I guess we need the crit damage buff, I guess. Lock him out. Resisted. A little bit of accuracy actually probably would help her build out. So I think I would add some accuracy to her build. Kill her. Yep. Extra turn. Double pop. Ooh, good damage. Lock debuff's actually real nice because it ensures that they actually get a go. Extra turn. Nope. All right. Lock him out. And let's just full auto this. Yeah, Supreme Elhain definitely can crank. Or I have her in the best gear. She probably has my best gear in this team. But pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's do this full auto. Let's see how it goes. Pretty cool. I like it. Definitely brings a lot. Let's see what she does on full auto here. So she does the A3 and then A2. I don't find her faction ally bonuses to be that significant right now. Mainly because this is only faction wars, so it's not significantly difficult for my level of account. Yeah, she really needs like an ally attack. I think if her A3 was an ally attack, she would be way stronger because she seems like she's like a kind of a, you know, like she's like a team power booster, but she really needs a way to activate your team to take advantage of all the boosting. That's kind of how I feel about this right now. But yeah, it doesn't feel overly impactful. Or the A2 needs to push for an extra turn, similar to Suzanne, or push turn meter or something. I think she needed something here. You could argue that Arbiter probably is maybe better than her. Because Arbiter at least gives you more turns with the increased attack. We'll try again here. Let's bring in Arbiter as well. Yannika's not doing anything, so let's bring in Arbiter. Let's see what we can do with just turn meter boosting. Alright, so he goes A3, we got the turn meter boost. Big slams. Elhain kills everybody. Okay. Supreme Elhain actually looking real good in this against faction ward level minions. Alright, boom! Look at that. Can we go for a record here? Alright, decreased defense is down. Let's see if we can do it. Whoa, big slam, but frozen. Cleanse him. Oh, the cleanse didn't come soon enough. Fina would have a cleanse on her A3 because of her faction bonus, but didn't seem like we got the cleanse there. You didn't have her A3 ready. Yeah, okay. Bit of a mistake here targeting the boss, I guess. I thought we had enough damage to like kind of blitz the boss, but now obviously we don't. So now we have to, we're definitely not going to get like a record time here, but I just wanted to see. The Arbiter is not really overly pushing the speed here of this team. Another damage dealer probably would make sense to give some more damage and take advantage of the buffs. So let's try one more damage dealer again. Let's try Yannika again, full auto. This Rollguard just gonna solo the boss here. But honestly, is she really needed for faction wars? Probably not, right? You don't really need her for faction wars. Let's get Yannika back in there. So where are we going to find a place for her? I'm going to try her out in Hydra. I think in Hydra she might get even more value, especially the turn meter boosting from her passive. I think that's going to be not too bad there. Supreme Elhain doing it. That big smack. And this is kind of annoying, the fear stuff. If we had a way to prevent the fear. There we go, the cleanse. Hey, the cleanse came in handy there. Yep, cleanse came in handy, but unfortunately it doesn't place block debuffs after cleansing, so. Too bad no ally attack. Really too bad about that, actually. Really too bad. Would make the reflex set actually make more sense too if she had turn meter boost or ally attack, I think. Almost a record. 3 seconds short. 3 seconds shy. But yeah, there she is in Faction Wars. Let's jump into Hydra and see what she can do there. Alright, let's jump into Hydra. Let's see what she can do. We got a pretty good team, I think, for High Elves. Obviously, Rollguard we identified as basically the only viable damage dealers for High Elves. I mean, you could argue that maybe Ethos, but all the damage dealers are very squishy and they just bring kind of raw damage. Ethos might actually be okay for lower difficulties like normal. We're going to bring Ugo for the defense down and block buffs. She's just too good, covers too many things. Also an epic. Islin actually is quite insane for Hydra. If you guys, he was a past fusion. He wasn't overly talked about or people weren't excited about him, but personally he does lots of work in Hydra. He brings speed down, provoke, and then he brings a lot of team protection. Technically we could just bring, we don't even need Necmo. We could just bring somebody with speed up. Let's bring somebody with speed up. Let's bring the rabbit. How about the rabbit? He brings some damage, leech, and accuracy up. Can be pretty good here. Necmo obviously is pretty good too, but just in case maybe people don't have Necmo, I don't know. Maybe people are just tired of seeing Necmo in Hydra teams because he's just too OP. But we'll bring Razelvarg. He's a little bit squishier, and he does bring the leech and speed up, but no speed down, no turn meter, but he does bring a bit more damage. So let's see what we can do here. Also, Razelvarg will take advantage of the increased attack and crit damage from Fina. So let's go with the big buff here. We're gonna get a extra turn. Let's protect Razelvarg, because Razelvarg is a little bit on the weaker side, and we'll come in here with that. Let's go in with the speed down. Okay, do a cleanse here. Nope. Our roll guards also bring some speed down too, which is kind of nice. Big slams everywhere. We don't have Hex, so that's another thing I missed. So we definitely need Hex on this team, if possible. Right. Lots of buffs going out. Need to control this head because she's the provoke head. We only have Islin for provoke. No ally attack, which kind of sucks. We do the buffing again. Buff and cleanse, which is really nice. We will protect. Again, we will protect the Razelvarg here. We put speed down on somebody. Speed down on lots of people. Let's see if we can go defense down. I know it's negative affinity. Nope, no dice. Drop his speed. Nope, no dice. But nicely protected by the Islin here. Let's see if we can pump out some damage. We're on only hard difficulty. So the roll guards aren't going to be max effective on lower difficulties here, but it's a pretty safe, kind of team. 2 roll guards, Fina, Ugo with the epic. Let's see, we don't have a buff strip. We don't have Hex. So this is not going to be like a perfect team here. We definitely could have a better team. And of course, no revive. So we just killed ourselves on the Head of Wrath. But it kind of just shows you that you need to be paying attention when you're doing these Hydra runs. But it's actually, the cleanse is actually really nice here, especially against Hydra. So more of a showcase for Fina just to see how well she can perform in this kind of setting. And so far, I think she's actually doing a pretty good job. She has the protective buffs, which is good to prevent the Hydras from stealing your head, stealing your buffs, for example. Yeah, she brings lots of turn meters. She's getting lots of turns. And yeah, the cleanse is very nice on her A3 as well. But anyways, this team is probably not going to be super great here at the end since we lost the roll guard. We can come back in with another team. I'm going to put a little bit more thought into that one. Let's try again. Okay, slightly different variation of the same kind of team. We do have the three high elf allies here, so we're going to bring Elhain in, and then we have 1 roll guard. We can do a damage comparison maybe after when we stop the run. We have Lydia now for the strengthen and speed up. Islin still speed down provoke, and then the Tila here, she's going to bring leech, which is going to help us heal up, as well as HP burn and hex to boost our damage overall. Let's see how this one runs. It might be similar to what we just did. We did have some issues, obviously, trying to lock this guy down since he has force affinity. A little bit annoying, but what it is. Who will we protect? Let's protect Elhain. She probably will get targeted by... let's try provoke here. We got lucky there. Alright, so we want to place probably leech. Leech first, I guess. Go leech. Elhain's gonna do more damage as well for the number of debuffs on the enemy. What do we do? Got speed down here. Let's speed down. Nope, no good. All right, let's go for the AoE. Okay. And okay, good. A little bit of pain there, having all those buffs stolen. A little bit of pain. Block debuffs too, and the block damage. Very, very dangerous stuff. Want to see that. All right, need the cleanse here. All right, cleanse, very good. Cleanse, very good. Like it. Again, we will try to protect somebody. To protect Ellie. Look how many buffs she has on her. It's just absolutely insane. So many buffs. Something like yeah, something like Heaven Cast or something would be pretty insane. But yeah, let's see what happens against these Hydra heads with all those counterattacks. Oh no, we have the block damage against them too. Yeah, this is really nasty here. Okay, that's not very good. Okay, that's not very good at all. Having the counterattack and the block damage get stolen. Yeah, that's gonna really hurt your day. So you know what? It's good. It's good that we're playtesting her here and seeing exactly exactly how she would perform, basically, right? The cleanse is nice, but she's kind of created her own problems here with the block damage counterattack. Yeah, this run is not going good anymore. I guess we could have made like a different team, but honestly, this team kind of covers everything. But yeah, definitely the counterattack and the block damage buffs here getting stolen. It's very, very nasty. You obviously want to place these buffs on a damage dealer to protect them and also counterattack to get more damage out of them. But the Head of Mischief is a big problem, and usually your damage dealer won't have enough resistance to stop the Mischief head from stealing all the buffs. And you don't really want to place counterattack like these buffs on a support champion, which is more likely to have the resistance. So, you know, overall, I don't really necessarily think that, you know, she doesn't really have a place. She doesn't really have a place, to be honest. She doesn't really have a place. And I'm not 100% convinced if you put her with Wallmaster, Oth Orion, the new area max HP champion. I don't necessarily think if you place her with him that she's going to make him that much better. Her faction ally bonuses seem slightly underwhelming. Her cleanse is good, but I mean, you can find other champions with a 3-turn cleanse. Her extra turn, she's not really capitalizing on the extra turn from the ally factions bonus. Yeah, so I think overall, I'm not too impressed with her. You know, I fully built her and booked her out too, so not fully impressed. She is missing masteries on this build, but I don't think masteries are going to do anything for her. Yeah, she's fully missing masteries, so I did invest the books and masteries in her. 4, 6, 8 books, so not too bad, but right now not really a place for her in this game. You don't really need her for faction wars. She's going to help you if you're progressing through the game, I guess. But once you get into the late game, she's going to fall off pretty good. Currently, there's not too many applications for her in the game. So at least now we know. We play tested her here. This is on my true account, so no test server access as of this video. But yeah. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys learned something. I'm sorry that I couldn't bring Fina some much needed attention or some positive news about her, but hopefully in the future we'll find something of incredible use for her. Obviously she does bring very unique abilities, but based on her exclusivity, she should be stronger in my opinion. So anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Appreciate you all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one.